after attacking and conquering Khaybar, Prophet Muhammad and his companions felt tired and hungry. A Jewish woman named Zainab bin al-Harith came to the Prophet.
Ya Rasulallah, would you like me to cook some lamb meal for you and your Sahaba?
Sure, I would be delighted.
Which part of the lamb is your favorite?
Oh, I like the front shoulder of lamb.
Zainab immediately made the food.
Today, my husband, Salam ibn Mishkam, and all my male family members were killed by Muhammad. But now God gives me the opportunity to avenge my family.
Zainab sprinkled the lamb meat with a large quantity of strong poison.
Here is for my husband, you killed him. This is again, for my uncle, and this, for my brother. Oh, my family.
Zainab served the lamb dish to the Prophet and the Sahaba. A Muslim named Bishir bin al-Bara bin Marwar sat next to the Prophet. The Prophet took the meat and ate it, but he did not swallow it. Bishir also took the meat, ate it, and swallowed the meat.
Hold your hands. This lamb's feet tell me that he is poison.
Bishir's face became green. He then fell to the floor and died.
Call that Zainab.
Zainab was taken to face the Prophet.
What made you do this?
You killed my father, my uncle, and my husband. You took from my people what you took. I said to myself, if he is a prophet he will be informed. The lamb will inform him of what I did. If he is a king, we will be relieved of him.
Allah will never give you the power to do it.
Later on, the relatives of Bishir ibn al-Bara demanded blood vengeance and killed her. History of Al-Tabari, Volume 9, page 108. When the Prophet returned to Medina after doing the pilgrimage, he began to complain of pain. News of the pain of the Prophet began to spread.
Aisha, I felt extraordinary pain. It feels like my aorta is cut.
This happened a year after the Khaybar robbery, or 2 years before he died. Apparently, the poison gradually damaged his body and caused increasing pain. Prophet started to feel the painful effect of the poison. He informed that to people around him. The mother of Bishr ibn al-Bara came to see him.
Oh, Rasulallah, what happened with you?
Bishr, at this time I felt my aorta or vein was torn due to the food I was eating with your son in Khaybar.
Oh Rasulallah. I never saw a fever like it in anyone.
Our trial is double, and so our reward in heaven is double. What do people say about my illness?
They say it is pleurisy.
Allah will not like to make his apostles suffer from pleurisy, because it indicates the possession of Satan, but my disease is the result of the morsel that I had taken along your son. It has cut my jugular vein. I am the messenger of Allah. I can't die by a low-life Jewish woman. That's just too embarrassing.
As long as he was sick, the Prophet recited Al-Mu'awwidhathayn or verses of refuge, which are Surah 113 and 114. Then he blew the air over his body while rubbing his face. This is an obvious attempt to recover. Aisha also recited Al-Mu'awwidhathayn over the Prophet's body. Rub him with his hand with the hope that it was more blessed. Did it work? Apparently not. It was even said that Jibril also joined in praying for the Prophet. When the Apostle of God fell ill, Jibril prayed for him while saying, "In the name of Allah I pray to drive out all that hurt you and ward off all that is spiteful to you and from all the evil eyes, and God will heal you." Was Jibril's prayer effective? Apparently not. Sirah Nabawiyah, page 679, by Ibn Hisham. Then the Prophet's illness grew worse and he suffered severe pain. He said,
Pour 7 skins of water from different wells over me so that I may go out to the men and instruct them.
We made him sit down in a tub belonging to Hafsa bint Umar, and we poured water over him, until he cried,
Enough, enough, enough! I said, enough!
Then some of his wives, and his uncle, Ibn Abbas, gathered to be with him, and they agreed to force him to take medicine.
Let me force him.
Let us do that.
Yes, let us do that.
Hold him. Hold him tight.
Pinching his nose.
Make sure he swallows it.
Don't let go.
The Prophet did not get any better. He passed out instead. When he recovered, he was not happy with them.
Who treated me like that?
I did that. This is a medicine which women have brought from Abyssinia.
That is a disease which Allah would not afflict me with. Let no one stop in the house until they have been forced to take this medicine, except my uncle.
So, as a retaliation for what they did to him, he forced his wives to take the same medicine as well. Maymunah, who is one of Muhammad's wives, was forced to take it although she was fasting because of the apostles' oath, as a punishment for what they had done to him. He tried any way he could to get better, but nothing worked. He then realized that he was dying.
How come I don't get any better, even though I've already prayed so many times?
The Prophet in his ailment in which he died, used to say,
Oh, Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar, and at this time, I feel as if my aorta is being cut from that poison.
To cover up his falsehood as a prophet, he pretended to say that God gave him 2 choices, be healed or live with God in heaven.
God has given one of his servants the choice between this world and that which is with God, and he has chosen the latter.
I never saw anyone suffer more pain than the Messenger of Allah.
After so much agony, Prophet Muhammad eventually died on Aisha's lap. The Sahaba did not bury Prophet Muhammad for 3 days. They just let his corpse rotten in his room during that period of time. Perhaps they thought he would rise again on the 3rd day, like, you know who.
Who? Me?
Hey, guys, listen to me. Indeed, the messenger of Allah died. He is nothing, but just a human and will decompose like any human. Come on, people, bury your companion.
Eventually, the Sahaba buried Prophet Muhammad's corpse. Let's examine those events that ended with the death of Prophet Muhammad to see whether he was a true prophet or not. For example, Zainab bint al-Harith believed,
A real prophet would be forewarned by Allah about the poison, but an impostor wouldn't.
The Muslims, including Muhammad, also believed this. That is why Muhammad said,
Allah will never give you the power to do it.
The fact that Muhammad died because of the poison proved that Allah could not protect his beloved messenger, and that Muhammad was an impostor. Zainab single-handedly got rid of him. The next proof was that Muhammad tried hard to be cured, but all of his effort and prayers did not work. This is not the first time his prayer has failed. He prayed for the very life of his son, Ibrahim, to no avail. One of his wives, named Al-Shanba bint Amr al-Ghafariyah, saw how futile his prayers was. So, she asked,
If you are a true prophet, then your son would not have died.
What? How dare you? Talaq, talaq,
Muhammad
talaq.
then divorced her. She was lucky she could still keep her head after daring to question the legitimacy of his prophethood. Not only did his prayer not work, but also Jibril's prayer, Aisha's prayers. Allah just ignored his favorite messenger to death. Muhammad claimed himself as the blessed one, the mercy of all mankind, the best of all creation, but his dying condition did not show that. Where was Allah when Muhammad needed him the most? The Prophet claimed that he felt his aorta was cut off in Sahih Bukhari, number 4428. Narrated, Aisha, the Prophet in his ailment in which he died, used to say, "Oh, Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar, and at this time, I feel as if my aorta is being cut from that poison." Those exact words were in the Quran, Surah Al-Haqqa, verse 44 to 46. Had the messenger made up something in our name, we would have certainly seized him by his right hand, then severed his aorta. So, what does Allah says he would do to Muhammad for making up revelation? He would cut off his aorta. And what did Muhammad say that the poison did to him? It has cut off his aorta. So, what is the conclusion? Muhammad died exactly the way Allah said he would die, if he fabricated revelations.
Yo, Al-Shanba, I heard the Prophet divorced you.
Yes, that's true.
Ah, come on girl, while you've been getting down and out about that old dirty liar, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
If Muhammad were the real prophet of God, why didn't he catch the poison before he ate it? If you believe that it was God's will for Muhammad to eat the poison along with Bashir, why then did Muhammad try to get well?
Why did Jibril not know the will of Allah? Why would Jibril pray if Allah had decided death? How come he did not know when he would die? Moses knew. Jesus knew.